Hey, how's it going, people? This is Jonas back here on Learn GrandMate 2, and today we're actually going to take a look at trick number 6 and 7. So, trick number 6 is about the CLI mode. We'll get into that in a second, and then trick number 7 is about how you can actually get a list of macro shortcuts. Uh, so you can type them faster. It's still interesting. I'll show you. All right, so today we're just back on the show file that we got here. Man, where's my MA3D? What's up, guys? This is the first episode in the macro month. Actually, it's episode number 2, but today we're gonna take a look at the CLI mode and then also at how you can get a list of all the macro shortcuts, just so you can work faster with macros. Now, I hope that you enjoyed the first 5 episodes of this thing. Again, I shot those episodes last year, and there's a link in the video description. So tricks number 1 through 5, they were already available, and I hope you enjoyed watching through those. All right, so today we're going to take a look, first of all, at the CLI mode. Now, CLI mode is something I want to talk about because it can actually be sort of, I want to say tricky. So let's just go ahead and create a macro here. I don't know, CLI mode as the label. And then I'm actually going to name this message. Get me out of here. Oh, you can see I can type while I talk. That's about the only cool trick you can do as a software developer. All right. So that was number 1. Yeah. Let's just leave it at that. All right. So if this is a regular macro, we can just click on it. Perfect. Now, one thing, if you happen to actually click on this thing down here, and then you click on it, it works just like before. But now, usually what you can do in GrandMate on PC is right click on something to edit it, right? So now if you right click on it, whoopsie, nothing happens. All right, no problem. Let's just go to edit and then click on the thing. Whoops, still it doesn't work. And that's why I want to talk about it. So the CLI mode is really sort of a tricky thing. Once you kind of activate that button and you want to go back in there, it doesn't work. And it's even crazy enough that you can't move it. Go please. Nope. And now here comes the coolest trick. Go delete. Nope. So you really backed yourself into a corner here, which is pretty funny, I think. So what to do? What you have to do, really, and this is a little crazy, but this is how you get back into that thing. You go edit, and then macro, in this case, macro number 8. Go please, and now here we go. We can turn this thing back on, and now we can use it as regularly scheduled. So this is something I wanted to talk about because it might be that, I don't know, you might just play around with it. To be honest, I really don't know what that button is for. I mean, it's not like, in a live scenario, you kind of tap along and then, whoopsie, all of a sudden you have the edit button pressed and then you click on this. Oh no, I didn't want to edit it. So, truth to be told, I don't really get that mode. We'll see in 2 episodes how that might be useful, but yeah, I don't really know. All I know from this button is that I can't really explain to you the clear purpose from my point of view. And once you have that clicked and you close this editor, then man, it's really tough to get back into that thing. So that's why I wanted to show you that, just so you can keep an eye out. There's the CLI mode. You can read it up or read up on it in the manual. Yeah, it pretty much has a little bit to do. Hold on. Let me go into the manual and figure this thing out. I want to be able to explain it to you at least. Shortly, at least. Whoa. Okay, was muss ich ändern? Nee. All right, so we're back in action. Let me just show you real quick. This is the page where you can read all about the CLI mode. Essentially, we're going to see this trick over here in a little while. So you can actually, using the CLI mode trick, you can actually build your own hard keys. And we'll see that in 2 episodes, actually, or in the next episodes, because I always show you 2 tricks. And okay, never mind. All right, so I'm back and the CLI mode. Let me just explain it to you, and I still can't really give you a good example of why that might be useful. We'll actually see in the next video how you can use the CLI mode toggle to build your own hard key, so to speak. I mean, you won't be able to place it on a physical key, but close to it. So if you go in here and you actually deactivate this, then that means that this macro will not interact with the command line interface anymore. So if I turn this on, then you can see that it's kind of hard to tell, actually. But yeah, I mean, if you kind of click on this and the CLI is activated, then it will actually interfere with your command line. So now when we go, I don't know, fixture 1 at 100, and now we have the command line interaction. If we go like that, then yeah, you can see here that it actually submitted what you just entered and then ran your macro. So if that's not what you want, then go CLI, deactivate the CLI mode. You can see a red C up there. And now if I go fixture 1 and click on this thing, then you can see over here that what you had entered in the command line interface wasn't affected by the macro. So that's really the purpose of it. And again, we'll see a practical use case for that. But apart from that very use case, I can't really tell how that would ever be useful. So yeah, this is one of these features where if you have this little toggle deactivated and you don't know about it, then it's really hard to get into that macro and do anything with it. And that just sucks. So you get a lot of bad user experience at the cost of something, a benefit that I'm not even sure really exists. So welcome to the beautiful user experience with GrandMA 2. something I've always been very excited about. Man, you know, I love this console for being able to learn it for free, but some things just trip me up, really. All right, before I let you go, another macro trick that I want to show you is finding out about macro shortcuts. Now, this is really cool if you end up building macros a lot. Let me show you how this goes. So you go Command Help. Well, first of all, this is also interesting. If you want to enter something here, and you know, you have the shortcut menu on. How do I go about entering a command now? Well, either really obvious solution, you just deactivate this, or you just go into command mode. It doesn't really matter either way. You have to like toggle it anyways. So just go Command Help, and here you can see a list of all sorts of macro commands. And this green part over here is actually the shortcut. All right, this is still a pretty big list. So how do we manage that? There's actually a really cool way of how you can filter this a little bit. Let's just go over here. And let me just add something to my smart list over here. Aha. All right. So if you go Command Help and then you enter something, let's say I want to find out what the shortcut for fixture is. I just go fixed and then a star. And then you can see over here, fixture. So Fi is the shortcut for fixture. Now, how is that useful? Let's find out what the shortcuts are for through and at, and then I can show you. So Command Help, T with a star, and then we can see, then we can see that through over here is just the T, perfect. And then at, I mean, it's kind of stupid to use a shortcut for that. Pretty sure it doesn't exist. Command Help at, yeah, there we can see there's no shortcut for a two-letter word or two-letter command. All right, let's go into the edit mode, and I'm just gonna call this shortcut. So the cool thing about these shortcuts, if you kind of remember them, is you can just go fix 1T 100 and then at, obviously. Let's say 10T 90. Now watch what happens when I enter this. This is really cool. Once I enter this, you can see that it actually gets replaced with the real keywords. So all the keywords that MA2 actually recognizes, they will actually be highlighted in green. So for macros, you have something that you don't have for plugins, and that's syntax highlighting. And that's awesome. So you can see over here that it actually picked up wrong in our shortcut. So let's go back and find out what the real shortcut for fixture is. Command Help F star, or we could also just go Command Help fix star. Whoops. All right. Oh, so it's Fi. Got it. So let's go back in here. And now we can see it says fixture. So that's a really cool thing. Just like with the keyboard shortcuts that I love to use, that, you know, if you kind of work with it and then you go like, all right, I want to do fixture 1 through 100 at, I don't know, 20. Then you can just look it up and be like, all right, what's fixture? I don't know. Over here. No, that's not the right one. Fixture F. All right. So kind of how you look it up while you go along and then you try to remember it. And that's how you pick it up. It's the same thing with the shortcuts. So you can just go, all right, let's see. Whoops. Let's see Command Help. I want to manipulate macros. So let's just go M. And then you can see over here, M equals macro. Cool. So whatever you have planned, whatever macros you built, maybe just kind of observe yourself. If you find yourself repeating commands over and over and over and over again, especially longer ones like fixture or preset type. Oh, preset type is a good one. All right, Command Help, preset star. Let's see, preset type, PT, perfect. So if you kind of find yourself repeating these really long commands all you want to do is use the command help. And then if you enter them in the macro itself, it actually gets replaced. And then this should be a lot faster when it comes to building macros. So that's tricks number 6 and 7. And so next week, we're actually gonna, let me look into this really quick. All right, so next week, what I want to do is actually cover tricks number 8, 9, and 10. And then the series that I started a year ago and never finished finally came to an end. Let me double check the schedule real quick. Sorry. All right, I got to pedal back. So, all right, so that's tricks number 6 and 7 for you. A, how to deal with this fun little CLI mode. We'll actually make use of that later. And then B, how you can look up the shortcuts for the macros so that you can actually go about it a lot faster and kind of, maybe increase your speed in writing macros. So next week, we're going to take a look at macro tricks number 8 and 9. So that's recording into a macro and then custom hard keys. That's going to be a fun one. And then let me double check. The week after that, the end of macro month will be trick number 10. And that's going to be command options. So for many commands, there's different options. And we will actually explore that together. Do I have something else? Yeah, you know what? We're actually going to add an 11th one. And that's going to be to change attributes of show objects. All right, and that's tricks number 6 and 7 for you. So next week, we're actually going to see number 8 and 9. And then the week after, at the end of this lovely little macro month, tricks number 10 and 11. I just figured out what 10 and 11 are going to be. So now I'm actually going to go and update the schedule. And by the time that you saw this episode, that was actually a week ago. Yeah. So this is how a modern YouTube production works. All right. I'm going to stop babbling now. Anyways, go and check out the schedule for all the other macro tricks coming up. Make sure that you also, number 2, check out the 5 videos that I produced last year. I'm going to link them below. So you can check out all these other macro tricks and then check back next week. If you have any questions, join our Facebook group and subscribe. That's always cool. All right. Have fun. Enjoy building small little macros. And if you have something really cool figured out, share it in the group. So my name is Jonas. Thanks for watching. Bye.